welcome to Nadia's studio. I am working on the third cover for the third book I've worked on with Lindsay Pope in her series with little sea critters getting up into their little adventures. And here we are coming full circle with Sully's Strength. It is the third book, as mentioned. I have done Sheldon's Time, which was the first one, and Stella's Dream. So, Sheldon being the crab and Stella being the starfish. Now we're coming to the seagull, Sully. And I really had a good time with this one, opposed to the others due to being more comfortable with some of the water elements. And the character designs, I've gotten more comfortable with them and making them more cohesive. Looking back at when I worked on Sheldon's Time, there were so many struggles through that project, and I can say there were many times I didn't enjoy it because we made changes after I'd already done the illustrations, so that was a learning curve to communicate and make sure we made changes before during the sketching process. Um, so I kind of ended up having to mesh a lot of things together. I wasn't sure about the water or the colors. They were a little overly strong than what I intended. I intended to make at least the sand softer. But when it came to Stella's Dream, I was getting more comfortable, especially with the character designs. And I did want the colors to be more bold for her. She's an extrovert, she's outgoing, and I wanted it to have a very sparky, bold uh, color to it to match the energy of Stella. And with Sully, he is feeling quite melancholy through much of this. And even when he's trying some things out, they're not turning out the way he wanted. So he does have a softer tone to his illustrations while keeping it cohesive with the rest of the series. I am very comfortable now with the character designs, and Sully was always the hardest one to draw because just of how I designed him, I don't do birds often, so he kind of has uh, these liberties I took that aren't quite seagull anatomy, but I feel was close enough for a little, cartoonized or illustrated take, and you can still understand that it's a seagull. And it's Sully, so that's how Sully looks. So I've gotten more comfortable with drawing him. And as you see for this illustration for the cover, it's not perfect square as it will be in the cover because that I would also have extended it out to the sides if the paper had allowed, just to give freedom to move the image around when it comes to formatting. But I didn't have that luxury. I outlined using the previous books to give myself an outline of what the size of the book would be, and so I just have extra area up and down where I can shift him and adjust when we're doing the formatting. The formatting will include adding a thought bubble like the other covers of what he is dreaming and what is kind of his motivation through the story. I did that on a separate piece of paper, and then I uploaded that and digitized it and layered it over along with the text for the cover. So you will see that there in the end. That's why right now it doesn't look like too much is happening, but it will be including text and thought bubble and little bubble dots coming up from his headspace later. So that's kind of why it may seem quite empty. I'm focused most on the characters and the layout with the cross of the water and the sand, and a little seashell is up there. Even initially when I started formatting, I completely forgot about the thought bubble, and it was, oh, there's a lot of empty space, and I was looking for something to insert into it, and then I realized, oh, that's right, I did that on purpose. There's supposed to be something going there. So, yeah, so, and he's very centered opposed to the other covers where we had text to one side and the main bulk of the illustration and characters were on the other side. Here I am splattering for the sand, so that is why I'm trying to cover the important parts and the characters so that they don't have marks where they shouldn't. Because if I do that beforehand, it will get just blurred out as I go over it with more water. So I usually have to do that towards the end. And I also like that this time around I started incorporating more of a wet sand where it meets the water. I do like that extra little detail. But yeah, so Sully's Strength is now available on Amazon along with all of his friends. You can see a quick little flip through. I go through here to see his illustrations, and I am very proud of this work. I'm very proud of my collaboration with Lindsay Pope and her beautiful stories that she writes. So you can find both Sully's Strength, Sheldon's Time, and Stella's Dream on Amazon to support her and myself. Thank you very much for watching.